on behalf of ICRIER and the editors, to all of you on this cold morning. I was going to announce that the editors are going to be delayed because they have gone to present a copy of the book to the Prime Minister, and they'll be here any minute, but now they are here. And ma'am here. So I take this opportunity to commence this conference on the occasion of the launch of the book, Urbanization, Challenges, Opportunities, and the Way Forward. And now I ask Dr. Ahluwalia to take over.
A very warm welcome on behalf of ICRIER and on behalf of the editors and authors of this book. We are going to keep this conference very informal, and we have started with setting it up in a manner where there's no dires and there are no principal speakers or anything. The idea is to really have a discourse on the subject which is really, which requires a great deal more research. And as we can see, that normally urbanization seminars have only people from the Ministry of Urban Development or Housing and Poverty Alleviation and urban planners and city managers talking to each other. But we have tried to bring together the planners in the country, the policymakers in the country at all levels of government, not just Government of India. We have here our friends. First, we begin with Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh, who is one of our co-editors. We have other members here of state governments. Then we also have urban local governments represented, besides think tanks and the media. So we are hoping to really have a lively session. The book is already out. You should each have a copy. If not, please tell our organizers and a copy will be brought to you. And there are 3 sections in the book. The first one deals with urban sustainability, planning and infrastructure development. The second section deals with papers on governance and finance. And the third section deals with papers on governance and inclusion. So what we have decided is that since sustainable urbanization is the scarcest area where there is very little research, and that too very little speaking and talking from mainstream planners, we start our conference with our prized author, Montek Ahluwalia, who has written on sustainable urbanization, to give a keynote address on that subject. And we hope that with the first session will be chaired and moderated by Ravi, who will make some initial remarks, and then Montek will speak on sustainable urbanization. We will hold the discussion on that to the second session, which is on planning and urban infrastructure, because his paper actually belongs to the first section, but we gave him an exclusive session because we felt we all needed to hear about the ideas of energy efficiency and water management and the role of green buildings, which we normally don't hear about, and this is what his paper covers. And then, as I said, we move into the second session, where we have papers by, a number of people you will see in your agenda. And that will be followed by a discussion where you can take up issues raised in the first session as well as the second. And the discussion will be led by none other than Alain Berthaud, who is here.
sustainability. But I look at three different things. One is it has to be financially sustainable. That's an undercutting theme, which incidentally I find singularly lacking in most of the advocates of change. And I'll come to that in a minute. The second is obviously the whole climate, energy, sustainability, the emissions reduction or emissions containment issue. And the third is sustainability in dealing with resources that have become very, very scarce, in particular land and water. Water, of course, is the big issue because, and all of this, by the way, including the scale problem, is complicated by the fact that although we think the population, the urban population, is going to increase from whatever, 31% to 40% and maybe more, 40% in 31 and then maybe higher a little bit later, the fact is that almost half the present 321 million people are not receiving services on the scale which we think on present standards should be achieved. Quite apart from the fact that by 2031, what we think of as relevant standards will have gone up if income per head goes up. So a huge issue, particularly for water. How do we get it? And I think I therefore have the chapter, and hence my talk also, divided into kind of four areas. One is, how do we reduce the use of electricity in buildings? I mean, for urban areas, that's obviously important. The second is, how do we reduce the use of fossil fuel in transport, which is a very urban transport. And transport in general is a very big user of fossil fuels, but in the urban economy, it's obviously the urban